Alright, in this video I'm going to go over how to solve a matrix equation, and I'm going to use the matrix equations that we wrote in our last video. So we're going to use these same ones. Now when we're solving a matrix equation, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get our coefficient matrix to be the identity matrix, which looks like this. The reason that we want to change this into the identity matrix is anything times an identity matrix is itself. So if I do that matrix times the XY matrix, it just equals the XY matrix. If this equals some values, then that tells me what X equals and what Y equals. The way that I would get this matrix to be an identity is to multiply it by its inverse. So I'm going to call this matrix A, and I'm going to multiply by the inverse of A. When I multiply this side by the inverse, I also have to multiply this side by the inverse. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you how to do it on your calculator. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go into the matrix screen, which is second in the matrix button right here. We're going to go over to edit, and we're going to edit matrix A. Matrix A is going to be our coefficients. So we're going to make it a 2 by 2 by pressing 2 enter, 2 enter. And then we're going to put the values in. 2, 3, 3, and 2. Now I'm going to quit out of this screen, and I'm going to put in my second matrix. So I'm going to go back into my matrix screen, and I'm going to edit. This time I'm going to edit B. B is going to be my constant matrix. So this is a 2 by 1. So I'm going to make it a 2 by 1 and put in the values. Now what I said was to turn this into the identity, we're multiplying A by its inverse. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to matrix A and I'm going to select it. To make it the inverse, I'm going to press the X to the -1 button. This says the inverse of matrix A times, go back to my matrix screen and pick A. Notice when I do this, it gives me the identity matrix, which is telling me that essentially that I've eliminated everything. I'm just left with XY on this side. So now I need to see what I get on the other side. So I'm going to go back to the matrix, select A, do the inverse, and multiply it by my matrix B, which gives me 1.6, 3.6. Now we hate decimals, so we're going to press the math button, fractions, and it tells me 8 over 5, 18 over 5. Which is telling me the solution to this is X equals 8 over 5, Y equals 18 over 5. So as a point, I would write it like this. That's the most simple version. I'm going to go over some more in a second video in just a second.